In this video, we will show you how to cut a mat board and assemble it for your presentations. First off, there's a few supplies that you will need. A mat board, cover paper to protect your work, vellum or tracing paper, a bone burnishing tool, a metal ruler, sharp razor blades, spray mount, black artist tape or black masking tape, and double-sided tape. The first step is to measure out your cuts. The size will vary depending on the assignment, so make sure to refer to your professor's specific guidelines, but essentially all you have to do is measure the length and the width. Once you carefully make your marks, you want to take your metal ruler and with a very sharp razor blade cut the board. Go slowly with pressure and be sure to keep your fingers out of the way. Take your time and make sure everything is cut through. It's important to remember that you want to have a very sharp razor blade, and typically you're only going to get 2 to 3 uses out of one before you have to change them. Once the board is cut, you will want to measure the border where your artwork will go. Again, this can vary depending on the project and professor, but all you want to do is measure from the sides of the board and make a small mark where the corners of your artwork will go. Be sure to make as small of a mark as you can because you will have to erase this once your art is mounted, so the less marks the better. Next, we will mount our artwork. Taking the spray mount glue, you want to evenly apply a coat to the back of your artwork. Make sure you add enough to stick, but not so much that it soaks through the paper. Then carefully transfer the artwork to the board. You want to align a corner to the dot you measured out earlier and align the rest of the artworks to the other dots on the other corners. Be sure to lay it down evenly and straight, and you want to avoid as many air bubbles as you can. Now, if there are air bubbles or imperfections, you're going to want to take a piece of vellum or tracing paper and the bone burnishing tool. Lay the paper over the artwork and rub the burnisher over the paper. This will smooth out any imperfections in the mounting process without the risk of damaging your artwork. Now that the board is complete, we need to protect it with a cover sheet. Depending on your professor, vellum or tracing paper may be used for this step, but in our example, we will be using Canson paper. First off, make a straight fold in the paper that will act as the flap. Then apply double-sided tape all along the length of the crease of the paper. Then take your board art side down and align it with the edge of the Canson paper and pull the folded flap over the back of the board. The double-sided tape will allow it to stick at the top, but now we need to add the black artist tape or masking tape. Take a long enough piece and tape the bottom part of the flap down against the board. Using both the black tape and the double-sided tape give you a secure hold and neat presentation. Now we need to cut the cover paper. Using a smaller razor blade or an X-Acto knife, slowly cut along the edge of the board. This will cut the paper to the exact size needed for the board. Remember to take your time and always use a sharp blade. Now all you need is your name. You can either print out a name tag that already has adhesive pre-applied, or you can print one out and glue it yourself. But make sure to always add your name to the back of your board, and make sure that it has all the information that your professor has specified. And that's it! Now you have successfully mounted your artwork. Remember, this is work that you have done, and you should be proud of it. Whether it's a mundane project or one that you loved working on, you should take pride in what you do and in every step, especially presentation. It really does matter, and it is a tedious process, but hopefully this video made this task a little bit easier.